I got royalty inside my DNA. Broken quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, no ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, it's born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your fucking head. This that put the kids to bed. This that I got realness, I just kill shit cause it's in my DNA.
Alright, so King got over with the rotor bolts. They're locked on the rotors with Torx heads, and the Torx head sockets that I got broke, and as a result it stripped two heads. So one side of the front rotors are still on. I'm just gonna take it to the shop because I don't want to deal with it. I have a new set, a Torx head set coming in tomorrow, so I'll take off the rears tomorrow. Hopefully that'll work and there are no issues. But I bought a new bolt set for the front. Should come in at the end of next week. So in the meantime, hopefully I get the other rotor off in the front today, and then I can at least prep that wheel. But then the rear wheel I can't prep until tomorrow. So that's that. So today instead, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the fairings, do an oil change today. I'll save the coolant change for early this week because the coolant hasn't come in yet. But I think I can start at least do the flush today. So oil and coolant drain and flush today. And hopefully it can take care of the rotor. So yeah, let's get started.
Get political, how'd I get so cynical? You could find me on the front lines. Now I'm in the back row chillin'. Had to pull myself out. Almost had me stressed out of my mind turned off. Needed some air, fell back to sleep. Lost out of time.
Dropped out the wheels at the shop. Hopefully they can take care of those stripped heads, get the rotors off, and then I can prep them for paint. In the meantime, I'm gonna do the oil change and the coolant flush. So let's get started. I'm gonna heat up the engine just for a little bit, just to get the oil warmed up so that it can flow a little bit better, but not too hot. Full synthetic racing oil, 4T racing oil, 10W40. It's a little lighter than 15W50. It doesn't get too overly hot here, so this spec oil should do just fine. so I'm about on my beginning of the 4th quart. Technically the bike's supposed to carry 3 liters. If you convert it, I think it's roughly 3.1 quarts to 3 liters. So I'm gonna add 0.1 of this if I can get that down, and we should be good to go. Oil is all done. Used a little over 3 quarts, roughly 3.1 quarts, about 3 liters. So next we're gonna do the coolant flush. Like I said, the engine ice won't come in until early this week. So what I'm gonna do is I have 2 gallons of distilled water. I'm gonna drain it, flush it, and then run the system twice with the distilled water. I'll let it sit, and then when the coolant comes in, refill the system with coolant. And so once the coolant's in, let the system run, get out any air bubbles, any air gaps, squeeze the hoses, let the system run again. So yeah, let's get going. Alright, so what you want to be careful of is doing this slowly. If you don't, and you're not careful, well actually first of all, you want to make sure the bike's cold. Otherwise, pressure will build up. If it's hot, you can do anything, it'll explode in your face, and you don't want that. So we're gonna, bike's cold, we're gonna do this first hose very slowly. I already see some residual coolant coming out, so yeah, let's get started.
Through drought and famine, natural disasters, my baby has been around for me. Kingdoms are falling, angels be calling, none of that could ever make me leave. Yeah. Every time I look into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it.
So got the hose off. There's still some in the expansion tank. We're gonna uncap the radiator cap and the bleeder valve on the other side, and it should fully drain, plus the drain cap underneath here. I got the coolant drained, hose came undone, bleed cap undone. Now we're gonna run some distilled water through it to flush, do a clean flush. Let it cool down, drain it, and then that should be it until the coolant comes in. And if I look closely on the other side with the bleed cap off, I should be able to tell when it gets full. Alright, so it came out through the other side, that's full. Run it, do this first flush.
And I'll take some time just to be thankful that I had days full of you, before it winds down into the
Alright, so that took a little while longer than I expected because I'd like to heat up and the fans to kick on. But that tells me that it ran the distilled water through the system. Water pump kicked in, cooling system kicked in, so let it cool down. Once it's cold to the touch, we'll flush it out and then do it one more time. Let it sit, and then when the coolant comes in, put the coolant in, run it again. That'll probably be in the next couple of days or so. So yeah.
Slow dancing. Slow dancing. Slow dancing.